Well, good morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. This is Scott Manning coming to you from my home here in Columbus. I want to thank all my loyal viewers for tuning in out there in YouTube land here this morning. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I've got the sports news and the notes. I'm just going to go ahead and just jump right into it, and we're going to hopefully have a little fun along the way. Denver Broncos wide receiver Wes Welker has been suspended 4 games for the use of amphetamines. Sources told ESPN insider Adam Schefter. Welker was excused from practice on August 20th and 21st to attend his appeal hearing. Sources told ESPN senior analyst Chris Mortensen Welker tested positive from a sample taken after the Kentucky Derby in May. According to sources, he argued that the sample was tainted, and Welker is suspended for the first 4 games of the season, and he will be eligible to return on October 6th. So that's where we stand with the Welker situation. And you want to talk about, you remember last couple weeks ago I reported that Pete Carroll was, and the Seattle Seahawks organization was fined $300,000 for their antics, but I got something that may be worse than that, and it revolves around the Indianapolis Colts. Indianapolis Colts owner Jim Irsay has been suspended 6 games and fined $500,000, the maximum allowed, after pleading to one misdemeanor count of operating a vehicle while intoxicated. The NFL announced the penalties Tuesday, stating that Irsay violated the league's personal conduct policy. The suspension takes effect at 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday, and Irsay will be eligible to return to the Indianapolis game against the Houston Texans on October 9th. So let's take a look at the scorecard of an NFL suspension so far. Josh Gordon for the season. Ray Rice, 2 games for domestic abuse. Wes Welker, 4 games for violating the league's substance abuse policy. And now Jim Irsay for 6 games of the season. So no one is above. So Roger Goodell, I guess, has decided to crack down and be a moron about everything. Decided to start cracking down on some of this stuff. I mean, the Ray Rice suspension got criticized. They rewrote the whole conduct policy after everything that's happened with him. So basically, that's the scorecard, and that's where we stand right now. And in the world of college football, here we got the big news along the way. The Texas A&M Aggies, buoyed by their victory over South Carolina, moved up 12 spots to number 9 in the AP Top 25 poll after the opening weekend of the college football season. The top 4 still remain the same, but number 1 Florida State and number 2 Alabama lost some support in the first bowl of the regular season. After close victories against heavily underdogs, Florida State dropped from 57 first-place votes down to 46. And Alabama dropped 44 points in the media panel voting. And after only getting just 1 first-place vote after beating West Virginia, and that scares me a little bit because, I mean, everybody's saying it's going to be Florida State versus Alabama. Those are going to be the two teams to watch. Well, after the first weekend, okay, maybe first weekend jitters, maybe they'll recover. But I got some news for you for all you SEC fans in Alabama. You better be paying attention to this one. This is something you might want to listen to. The bigger winner in the first week of the season is Georgia, led by running back Todd Gurley. Georgia rose 6 spots to number 6, and they even got 2 first-place votes, more than the Crimson Tide did. The big game this week is USC versus Stanford, Oregon versus Michigan State, and for all you Ohio State fans out there, we have a game against Virginia Tech in the shoe, and that is an 8 p.m. start on Saturday night. So I got to tell you, I looked at a poll from ESPNSportsNation.com, and they said of all the top 10 teams, 38% said another team would be in trouble here in this weekend. I am going to warn you of that now, but 26% said Florida State is going to be in a world of trouble. Is in a world of trouble. So basically right now, the way I see it is, it's the first week of the season. Get that under your belt. Maybe they'll recover. Maybe they won't. But I'm telling you now, Florida State, Alabama, you guys better be paying attention because there's going to be some teams that are going to jump out and bite you. And I mean, you better pay attention. Also, I got some baseball scores here for tonight. Baltimore beat Cincinnati 6-4. Detroit beat Cleveland 4-2. The Red Sox beat the Yankees 9-4. The Phillies shut out Atlanta 4-0. The Padres beat the Diamondbacks 2-1. The Mets beat the Marlins 8-6. Toronto beat Tampa Bay 8-2. Chicago beat Milwaukee 7-1. Kansas City beat Texas 2-1. The Dodgers beat the Nationals 4-1 last night. The White Sox beat the Twins 6-3. That was a 10-inning affair last night. The Astros beat the Angels 8-3. St. Louis beat Pittsburgh 6-4. San Francisco beat Colorado 12-7. And Seattle beat Oakland 6-5. So here's how we stand up to the minute. in the baseball, in the standings in the playoff, in the wild card playoff picture. The American League East, Baltimore is running away with it. In the American League Central, this is going to be tight. This is going to make the 2000 Electoral College vote maybe look like a picnic by the time it's all said and done. Kansas City leads by a half game over Detroit. And Detroit plays Cleveland today. They got some games against Cleveland, and they got Texas. I think they have another series down the road. I'm not sure. I'll get back to you if I do know that for sure. So stay tuned. And also out west, in the American League West, the Angels lead in the A's by 4.5. And by the way, the LA Angels have the best record in baseball right now. The National League, in the National League East, the Washington Nationals, they're just running away with it over Atlanta by 7 games. In the National League Central, that's another division to watch. St. Louis leads by 2 over Milwaukee, and I think they got another series before the end of the season. So we'll wait and see what happens from there. But folks, buckle your seatbelts in the American League and the National League Central, because it's going to come down to who wants it the most and who's going to win it. And out west, the Dodgers lead the Giants by 2. In the wild card picture right now, Oakland and Detroit have the 2 wild card spots, and Seattle's only a game and a half out. And in the National League, in the wild card picture, San Francisco and Milwaukee have the 2 top wild card spots, and Atlanta's just right there, a game and a half out as well. So folks, pay attention. It's going to get crazy. And I'm going to tell you now, it's going to come down to the final week of the season. So tonight, before I head out for today, I also want to report that Michael Sam is going to be he has a meeting with the Dallas Cowboys today. If he passes his physical, he may be signed to the practice squad. Michael Sam is trying to become the first openly gay player in the history of the National Football League. Good luck to him. I know my cousins Mike and Kelly. I hope they're going to be tuning in this morning, and I know for a fact they'll be jumping up and down if they get Michael Sam. Because I think it'll be something cool, because they can use a guy like him right now. Because the Cowboys, I don't know what in the world's going on. First of all, they need to get rid of their coach, and they need to bring in somebody like Bill Cowher or John Chucky Gruden to get the job done. Okay? They need to bring them in. They can clean up the mess that their current coaches have made. Ever since Jimmy Johnson and Barry Switzer left, they've not done well. They've only made the playoffs like maybe a couple times to my recollection. So, good luck to Michael Sam. I hope he passes his physical and everything goes well with him. He has a meeting with the Cowboys, and Michael, good luck to you, pal. And my best go out to you. So, finally today, I have the opinion question. As a result of Florida State just barely beating Oklahoma State 37-31 last Saturday night, they lost some first place votes, like I said a little earlier. So here is the question. Do you think that Florida State will finish number 1 at the end of the season and win the national championship? Pretty straightforward question. But now I know you may not have understood it, so I will repeat it one more time. Here is the question, just in case you didn't understand me. Do you think that Florida State will finish the season number 1 and win the national championship? Pretty straightforward. So I would love to hear from you. If you agree with me, or even if you don't agree with me, that's fine. I would love to hear from you. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Google+, I'm on Twitter, and I'm on YouTube. And I want to thank all my little viewers out there. I want to send a special shout out to my dad this morning. Dad, I'm still waiting on your response for the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge that I took myself, and I'm issuing the challenge to you. I took that a couple weeks ago, and I'm still waiting for a response back. So, until later tonight, this is Scott Manning saying, I want to thank you all my little viewers, and I thank you, and all of you have a wonderful day.